I'm back, and yeah, we're gonna do a little review for Ironheart, the first 3 episodes. Stay tuned, it's better. Okay, so the show opens up with Riri getting kicked out of MIT. Like a good student, dreams, we all want to be there, right? Get kicked out of MIT. She gives a speech, talks about how she wants to change the world, and then the dean's like, pretty much, girl, what you think? We run just as like straight school here? You can't come in here, you can't do this thing, you're kicked out, you're done! You're done! Yeah, so basically Riri has to go back home and figure it out and stuff, and she does, and on her way home, that's when everybody sees that she's flying with this crazy nanotech suit or whatever it is. I mean, how the hell can you not? People are seeing you fly with a suit, and there's aliens, like, come on! And on the sacred timeline, I just want you guys all to take note that the show happens in October of 2025 during Halloween time. One of the Hood's henchmen, or like his cousin, he's like, dude, it's the hottest day in October and it's like super hot in this room, so he tells him that. That's in episode 2, I believe. Now, the premise for the show is basically them going around causing heists and, doing criminal activity. Riri doesn't want to do it, but she has to get money to build her suit and do some dope things. That's basically the premise for the first 3 episodes. Natalie gets made, and then we focus on other things like what's happening with the Hood and why he's doing what he's doing. I guess it's for a vendetta because of what happened. And we find out also that he was adopted. Ooh, hint, hint, adopted. Now, this might sound crazy, but y'all guys remember this kid right here? Nicholas Scratch from Agatha All Along, and how they were talking about in the show, well, they mentioned it one time about Billy being an agent of Mephisto. Yeah, I think Nicholas Scratch is actually Parker Robbins, the Hood, because he got adopted, and although he might have died, if he's an agent of Mephisto, it would only make sense. We also learned in the show that this guy is Obadiah Stane's son, Ezekiel Stane, and he's obviously going to play a major role creating his new suit that he's going to have, and Riri's third suit that she's going to make in the show is going to fall off of his materials and stuff because of the access that he has towards it. And his bunker, it looks pretty dope, I'm not going to lie. And Riri's new suit that she's coming with, if you look at the previews for the new trailer and promos that they have, it looks pretty dope, and the comic accuracy, they're going to get it down. It might not be the pink that we want, but it's going to be this like cherry red color. I've seen the suit, it looks dope. In a nutshell, honest review, Ironheart, the first 3 episodes, it wraps you in, it's pretty good. I give it a good 7 out of 10, only because we have to see the rest, and I want to see more of the supernatural elements going into it. And on top of that too, since it happens in 2025, that means that it's going to have a small premise to connect to like things like Avengers Doomsday, okay? And if you're wondering how it connects to Avengers Doomsday, let me make it simple. Magic versus technology. Dr. Doom will use magic and technology to get what he wants. So we're seeing a little test run of it right now. Can you imagine that in full IMAX 3D or something crazy? Dr. Doom doing what he does? I would lose my mind!